What's the difference between vegan butter and regular butter?
I mean, vegan butter would be made not using dairy, so you have to find this person went through and they tested all these different. They used apple cider vinegar to curdle different vegan milk, so like coconut milk, soy milk, and soy milk has more protein. And when you curdle something, it has something to do with the protein strings, like separating and then coming back together. And
you really have this whole thing down. I was trying to see how long you could go, but I know we're on a
tight
schedule today. Oh Jesus!
I haven't even started on dairy milk.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm actually curious about this now. Hello, you're listening to the Waffle Press Movie Podcast. I am your host, Diego Crespo, and we're talking some Shane Black today with special, now officially recurring guest, Shannon Strucci. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Just rewatched Kiss Kiss Bang Bang in preparation to talk about both movies. Very excited.
Yeah, this is a little double feature for The Nice Guys and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, both written and directed by Shane Black. Mm-hmm. Coincidentally, I did recently just talk about Iron Man 3, so link down below into that little discussion with Josh Rosenfield. It's the best Marvel movie that nobody likes, so go ahead and check out our totally non-controversial thoughts on that one.
I like parts of it.
I gotta sell it. Well, you know what? Listen to the episode. There you go. And then I think I do a good job of selling it. So, Shane Black is a pretty cool dude who has written a handful of movies in his career. Mm-hmm. He wrote a new one, The Nice Guys, and it's pretty dang good. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little worried when the movie started. Something didn't click with me, and just forewarning, this is a full spoiler discussion on The Nice Guys. So if you haven't seen it, for whatever reason that might be, go ahead and go watch it. Because
if you're like most of America right now and you haven't gone out to see this movie.
Oh, yeah, go do that.
And you saw the Angry Birds movie instead.
Oh, yeah.
It's doing a lot better at the box office.
If you saw Angry Birds or X-Men Apocalypse over this movie, you might be a bad person. I don't care if you're like 7. Like, go watch The Nice Guys. No, actually, I don't know if I feel comfortable sending.
Not if you're 7. No, that's.
Yeah.
I was just on my friend Luke's podcast, Multiversal Q, to talk about Apocalypse, and we talked about Apocalypse for a while, and then we just started talking about other stuff, and we started talking about The Nice Guys, and we were like, actually, see this instead. Like you can see but like so on his comic book podcast while we were like, no, go see Nice Guys instead.
And I guess also make that clear. I actually liked Apocalypse a lot more than I thought I would, and I still wouldn't recommend it to people. I was just like, yeah, I liked it. All right, that's it.
Watch the Quicksilver scene on YouTube.
Whenever
it hits YouTube.
Oh my God, that's the best.
That is the best part of the movie.
Yeah, but The Nice Guys is like a non-stop Quicksilver scene.
It is. Boom. High energy, fun.
Oh yeah, so let me get back into it. So Shane Black has this thing where he reuses a lot of similar characters and attributes, tonally, story-wise, and it always ends up working. So I was just worried for no reason. And then when the heart of the movie reveals itself, even though it's covered in like sleaze and grime, it's Ryan Gosling's character's daughter, Holly. I was like, oh, okay, like, duh, of course this is all going to make sense to me later. Like, I don't know what I was so worried about. So what did you think of The Nice Guys? Because it's a big, complicated, not bad, but messy movie.
Yeah, I feel like it could be cut down just a little bit. And I feel like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang has more gags, but The Nice Guys is a more pleasant movie. Even though it has all these awful elements, it's definitely more optimistic and more lighthearted, which kind of surprised me, at least in my opinion. It about like the future of people and how people, whereas I feel like some of his other films are more cynical. I liked it. I thought it was hysterical too. We were in a theater, my cousin and I, with like not that many people in there, and there were times where I was the only person laughing, or just a couple people were laughing. I thought it was really, really, really funny, really fun. I love Ryan Gosling doing physical comedy. He was great.
Oh, he's so good.
So funny.
I think my favorite little bit of his was when he realizes that he can't die, and he just starts like embracing death. Yeah. So it's just like that little scene, but man, Ryan Gosling can do anything.
The scene in the bathroom that goes on too long, but it just gets funnier as it keeps going, where he's like slamming the door, and then it opens and slams, it opens, slams, then he's trying to pull his pants up. It was really funny.
Yeah,
It's
I
really
mean,
good.
I think those were spoiled in the trailer even, but they were funny.
Hmm.
Actually, I don't remember the one I
Oh,
mentioned
I
was,
avoided
but
trailer. I saw them in the theater sometimes. I couldn't avoid it, but I was like, I know I'm going to see this movie. I'm not going to watch trailers for it. Um,
yeah, I didn't really see many trailers for it like before other movies, so maybe
mhm.
that's why it's not doing well at the box office.
I saw it a few times, but I don't think it would have stood out enough. I don't know. I'm sure it's a combination of things as to why it's not doing that well. Um,
It feels more like a September movie to me for some reason.
I could see that
You know,
than like
like
a summer movie.
yeah. I mean, not all summer movies need to be big, but I think got squished in with a lot of other big nonsensical things.
Hmm. Can't
Uh,
beat the Angry Birds movie.
well, Angry Birds, it's a why the fuck is that a movie? I got
And
nothing.
everything I've read on it from like the left and the right has talked about how it's the red pill movie. It's like an anti-immigrant, weird, like the pigs represent Muslims, like racist. I
What?
mean, I haven't seen it. I can't, but I've been reading a lot of that. I'm like, that's great. This weird Finnish company did this like racist Angry Birds movie.
Oh my!
Like I said, I can't say that's true. I haven't seen it, but that's a lot of the analysis that I've read of people who want to read into that kind of stuff in a movie.
You know what? At least that sounds like fascinating to me, so I can ask how the hell that happened. Like that,
Yeah,
what you've just described sounds more interesting than anything any of the trailers showed me. So,
the big eagle peeing in the water.
wait, what?
There's a scene. Oh my gosh, you didn't see where I tweet. There's a scene where like they got to go find the old eagle, which in these weird analyses of it are talking about. Oh, that represents the United States. It's like this mythical eagle guy they got to go find, and he's like peeing into the water. And I was talking about I really got upset when Grown Ups 2 beat Pacific Rim at the box office. And there's a scene in that where a deer pees on Adam Sandler's face. I'm like, what is it with the American public seeing these horrible animals with movies with animals peeing over like good original? It's just like it's a trend. It's just gonna keep happening.
Unfortunately, I did watch Grown Ups too, so that I understand
I
that
know
pain.
I've never seen it. I think I found it on YouTube and skimmed through it, and I was like, oh, this is awful. It was like the editing was really bad in the parts that I watched. And I was like, I'm
Like,
not watching.
yeah, I know comedy is harder to edit because
Mm-hmm.
there's it's so different, and you have to go to the to timing individually with actors and delivery,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of I think another reason why Shane Black movies are either really great or like The Last Boy Scout. And I don't think that's a terrible movie. I just don't
I
think
haven't seen that one.
I don't think it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but something like this or Lethal Weapon, which he didn't direct, that was Richard Donner. But when it works, it really works. I mean, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
writers just write bad scripts. It just happens. Uh, but I feel like Shane Black's tone and his, like you mentioned earlier, his cynicism
Mm-hmm.
is a very hard thing to capture.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, mixing cynicism with optimism and like going back and forth on that like spectrum, like and themes of nonviolence too, um, peeking through, which is really obvious in The Nice Guys with the daughter.
mhm.
Um, I only caught it on Kiss Kiss Bang Bang when Harmony is about to shoot the guy and she stops herself. It's like a little bit like I forgot about that until I rewatched it. It's like, oh, it made me think of Ryan Gosling's kid, who seems really naive, but I don't know. It's nice that she's in there.
Mhm. She's totally like his version of Nancy Drew, like Shane Black's Nancy Drew.
Yeah, little Nancy, only like in a weird X-rated
Oh yeah,
situation.
yeah. Like he just plucked her out of the old pulp mystery novels and was like, "Here you go.
Hmm.
Here's my world." And then instead of like the movie making fun of her for it, the movie like elevates her. And
Yeah, yeah.
I thought that was I didn't expect that. I expected more of the Kiss Kiss Bang Bang cynicism too.
Hmm.
And that's an ugly movie. It just happens to be very funny.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's pretty dark.
I want to talk about Shane Black's women characters then as jumping off
Hmm.
point because I think it can be portrayed like he hates women. Like um, if you don't see what he's going for, and I don't want to like point fingers or say like, oh, you don't get this. I think it's easy to miss because when I first saw Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, I was like, I don't like the way Harmony is treated in this movie that
Hmm.
well. It made me a little uncomfortable, but I don't think it's Shane Black like making fun of women. I think it's just the worlds they inhabit, and the characters happen to be ugly fellows. You know, they're not the nicest of guys, I guess we'll say.
Yeah, I mean, I still like him as a character, but as far as Harry from Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, like being a nice dude, the more we watch the movie, it's like, oh, he's real damaged and he takes it out on people real bad, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I think Shane Black might have a weird reverence for women, as if they're like more intelligent or like more pure or they're kinder, and that's good. It's better to be that than to be like a Ryan Gosling, like sad, drunk alcoholic, or Russell Crowe who only really knows violence. He can only find his own value in violence. You know?
Yeah.
It's not portrayed as like a badass thing. It's sad.
Yeah, and that's what I really love about his characters. I mean, one, everyone knows this is like the guy for henchmen. Like,
yeah.
No other scripts give henchmen this much to do. Like Keith David. Like
I was so happy to see Keith David. I was just about to mention him.
Yeah, Keith David is the fucking best for anybody who doesn't know. He's just he is eternal, and he doesn't even have like a huge role. He has like what is a minor role, I think, like a really strong minor role at best. I'd classify it as, but he gets just a little extra to do, and it's just enough to make him memorable.
Mm-hmm.
And oh man, oh my god, I love his henchmen. I got off track though. Now I forgot what I was saying. Shoot. Okay, we'll move on. I'll go back to it. I'll just clean that up. Fuck. So yeah, The Nice Guys is great, but like I said earlier, it's not. It didn't start off as well as it could have for me. I can't really place why. I think just because Shane Black uses a lot of similar like textures and tones and characterizations for his worlds, that I feel it gets a little samey. But then ultimately the inner workings of the story are all really different, and they're all trying to say something different, you know. So I think that's when that all works out for me, it ends up making me more positive on it. It's not lazy. He's just exploring different things with the same stuff. Like the other person who does that I mentioned in my quick review of this was Michael Mann, and I like most of his movies too. So
if it's good, it's good. Or if you get as long as you're getting something new out of it every time, and it doesn't feel like you're waiting. Like, I could have just rewatched the other one. Like, why am I doing that? Like, a lot of sequels feel like that. I hope he does a third, and it can be some kind of weird trilogy. Shane Black does another movie, and I hope he gets funding for at least one more film like this.
Okay, so you have Kiss Kiss Bang Bang from The Nice Guys, and then something else that's really offbeat title-wise. Maybe Predator will be the movie. Predator reboot.
We'll see. We'll have to see. Robert Downey Jr. is goofing around.
Oh my god, okay. Robert Downey Jr. in a Predator movie. Like, I love Robert Downey Jr., but did you ever watch the Predators? The Nimrod Antal one?
Mm-mm.
Matt Garingo's been trying to get me to rewatch it because apparently it's quote-unquote fucking awesome. But I do remember a death scene in the movie where a man gets his spine ripped out of his back along with his skull, and that was pretty cool. So if I could see something like that and have it be Robert Downey Jr., like, I have no disdain towards him, but I just think that'd be fucking awesome if you watched a movie with Iron Man getting his skull ripped out of his neck.
That'd be pretty crazy. That's not something that... But I bet he'd do it for Shane Black. I assume they're still on good terms.
Oh, yeah. I mean... Yeah, I don't know him, but I hope so, because I really liked Iron Man 3, so whatever.
And talking about... Or go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'll just clip that out.
Talking about the beginning of the movie and feeling like it's a retread, I mean, within the first 5 minutes, it's like, okay, you have a car coming down the hill, like the car crash, and then I noticed the little boy puts his shirt over the dead porno actress. And then in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Harry, when he sees the dead body, he pulls her dress down because she's exposed. So it's sort of like wanting to protect women or wanting to like cover up, even though they're dead. It's weird. It's a weird recurring theme to have. I don't really know how to.
Yeah, it's it goes back to what you were saying about Shane Black and his reverence for women.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's probably a gentleman in real life. You know,
He's a nice guy.
yeah, he is a literal
Harry
nice
is very
guy.
much the guy complaining about being friend zoned
Oh
in high
fuck yeah.
school. It's like, why didn't you just find it? We need to talk about nice guys though. We need to stop. It's hard to talk about one without talking about another.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't think he's a bad dude. But yeah, this sort of like, I see how other men have hurt you. I want to try to fix this, but I can't really fix it because you're already dead. You know, it's too late. So I'm just gonna put my shirt over your boobs.
And also, they're a huge fuck up, so they can't really do anything right.
Yeah.
And if they do, it's usually like on accident.
Yeah. Unless you're a woman or you're gay.
Oh yes, and then you're the
constantly
best.
yeah, then you're awesome. You're very hyper confident.
I love it. I love it so much. You don't. No, not enough movies do that.
No.
Okay, so let's really dive into the meat of the nice guys.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Shane Black's overall story stuff and his mechanics, they're all really similar, and I think they're not copy and pasted, but they're drawn to look very, very similar to one another. Mm. But I really loved the character of Holly, his Nancy Drew, so to speak, again. And what he does there is, I think, an extension of what he does in Iron Man 3. I promise this is going to tie in. The child actor in there, I don't even remember the character's name, in the middle of Act 2, when Tony's in that little American town, he finds like this deeper aspiration for setting up future and legacies with children. And I think along with women, he really cares about children, you know, like,
yeah,
we'll poke fun of them, but he realizes like, no, like it sounds cheesy, but kids are the future, you know, like it literally is just the case. And so he understands the importance of that, and the importance that can have on people, especially really fucked up people who can't take care of themselves. But if they can take care of these other people, that might make them feel a little better.
And then move on to self-improvement and stuff. Yeah, and he's obviously, from some of the stuff, he's a cynical person or has like a dark view of things, but Shane Black's like not afraid to have a very, very sincere, not cliched, but I could see how people could think of it as like a saccharine cliche, just because he cares. I guess he cares so much about. I mean, it's not like I know Shane Black. Maybe this is all, you know, but it's impressive to have something that like pure and sincere and distilled down in a movie, or any like with like so much violence, talking about like murders and political corruption and pornography, you know.
Yeah. It reminds me of how the ending of Edge of Tomorrow was really like disliked, at least from people I spoke to. Did you ever watch that one?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I'm going to spoil it, or not, I don't have to spoil it for you, but I think the ending works because it takes on a traditional quote unquote happier Hollywood ending, but it completely earns it through the material that was presented for the previous 2 plus or minus hours beforehand, you know?
Yeah, if it works, it works.
Yeah, it's like every movie Spielberg's ever made, you know, like they're, except for like The Lost World, which is like really fucking mean,
or like Schindler's List.
Or Schindler's List. I mean, that one has a touch of optimism at the end, but it's, you know, that one's bleak.
I had a problem with how it was shot. It's shot so glossy. Like there are scenes in it where Liam Neeson, it looks like something out of Casablanca, and I'm like, but also I'm not Jewish. I don't get to tell Spielberg how to tell this, you know, the story. I know that's a problem other people had with it, like actually Jewish people had with it, but that it's such a glossy, beautiful movie with all this horror. But yeah, anyway, that's a tangent.
No, I didn't think about that. I also haven't seen it in like 4 years because I don't want to feel depressed for like a month.
I saw it in a theater the first time I saw it, like as an adult. I was okay till the end where you actually see the people like in real life, and I was just bawling, and a bunch of other people were crying, and I walked out of the theater and I ran into my friend, and I was like, I just saw Schindler's List.
Yeah. So the opposite of glossy is the sleaze that Black brings to the nice guys. How do you like that for a tangent?
Yeah, that shot where Ryan Gosling rolls down the hill, and then he's lighting his little cigarette, and you see that was brilliant. It's disgusting.
So good.
Yeah, it's very cinematic the way it's not just, I don't know, the way there are certain scenes in the way this was shot that I haven't necessarily seen in his other stuff that are very, very well done, like existing as a movie, like just a very good use of the medium. And that's one where he like flicks it and you see it for a second and it's like dramatic irony where like and he doesn't know and you're like waiting and it's like
Yeah, and that also ties back into Ryan Gosling's just unparalleled physical comedy, where he's like he's like crying hysterically, can't even speak.
I can't breathe, and he's
it's so funny.
It's so good, and it's like I don't know. I don't want to say like Ryan Gosling didn't have to do that because I mean it was a job of his, but I feel like I'm glad he didn't like coast through it. I'm glad that he was chosen for it and that he did such a great job. And I wish he wasn't like. I wish he had more opportunities to do physical comedy and goofy stuff rather than just like being handsome.
Imagine like Nicholas Winding Refn's next movie is just a straight up comedy because he's such a big fan of The Nice Guys now.
Oh,
and he's
he is?
like, no, I don't know. I'm assuming he is. He seems like the kind of person
he would like it. Yeah, I can't see him not liking it.
And then he'd be like, Ryan, I need you to fall down the hill again. That was so funny.
He's got his little blanket around him. Refn is so weird. Okay, well, again, let's do. Okay, come back. Okay, fall down. Good.
And then instead of like talking about his fetish for violence, I'll be like, I have a fetish for Ryan falling consistently.
That's great.
Back onto the sleaze though. Why do you think Shane Black's sleaze works so well with the optimism? Because I kind of struggle to see why it works for him and why not a lot of other people. Like I can't really explain it.
I don't know if this is an exact match, but there's something I really like the concept of, and there's this AV Club article, and I promise this is related. There's an AV Club article about cynical sincerity in like cartoons now. So you got like Venture Brothers, Rick and Morty, and BoJack Horseman, which are all very sad and emotionally grounded and really like messed up, but they're also very funny. But it's because there's like more of a truth to it when you also show like the bad aspects of life or the bad aspects of something instead of just pretending that everything's great. So I don't know if it's like the juxtaposition or just to me it rings more true. Not that The Nice Guys is like realistic, but when I watch a movie and everyone's happy and it's all great and saccharine, I'm just like, this doesn't represent the kind of life that I've had. I can't really relate to this at all. Not that I grew up around like the 70s porno and auto industries. That's not the life I've had, but but I think like the contrast and the intermingling of dark and light stuff makes it a little truer, even if it's not realistic. At least that's my opinion, and that's in most of the media I enjoy has that.
Oh, well said.
Thanks.
We are doing a 2-part episode focusing on The Nice Guys and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. So I think we should start wrapping it up, our quick discussion on The Nice Guys, so we have time to squeeze in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang at the end. If you had to give a big summation of why you like The Nice Guys, what would that be off the top of your head?
It's really funny. It's really fun. It was just like an engaging, like we talked about, the Quicksilver scene, it's just very entertaining. Shane Black knows how to write a script and how to direct a movie, and he wants you to enjoy it. It's really good. A lot of work went into it. It's really funny, really good.
Yeah, I echo those sentiments. I'm interested in watching it again to see if now that I know how it all turns out, will it instantly grab me the way that I thought it would, instead of just grabbing me later and all clicking for me like once all said and done. And a couple quick final questions. 3 quick rapid-fire questions.
Okay.
Number 1, if you had to recast The Nice Guys with any other 2 lead actors, as hard as that sounds, especially after we gushed over Ryan Gosling so much, who would they be and why?
Oh, man. It just makes me think of similar movies, like Robert Downey Jr. and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, or like Colin Farrell in Bruges. There's a lot of that going on. The sadness mixed with. So I don't know. But for the team, I can't really think of a currently living buddy duo that would be as good.
All right. Number 2, Ryan Gosling or Russell Crowe in a bar fight.
Oh, which one do I?
Yeah, which one are you backing here? Who you got money on?
Probably Ryan Gosling. I feel like even if he doesn't have the power, he has more stamina, and he can like dodge. I don't know though. I've never seen either, you know.
You know, I want to ask this question to a lot of other people because Russell Crowe, he's a built dude and he looks like he
Yeah.
has big knuckles. But Ryan Gosling took Muay Thai training for Only God Forgives and he never got to use it. So you just know
I
he's
think I
holding
read
that all in.
some story about him like stopping a street fight or something. I don't remember.
That seems
Like
like
after he
something
was
he might
already
do.
sort of famous, not beforehand. So he was risking his face. But I'm
Oh
not sure.
wow, that's scary. I'm glad his face is fine.
Yeah.
Uh, and number three, if you could hire Shane Black to direct any movie in the future of an existing IP or some idea you have in your head, what would it be?
I want to see The Nice Guys too. I want more.
That's the best answer I could have hoped for. Okay, so we're just gonna hop on over to the Kiss Kiss Bang Bang segment. Links down below in the doobity doo. Bye.
Yeah, okay, what you have to do, and it depends on what kind of butter you want to make, because you can make vegan butter. And I was reading this person talking about figuring out like how to like curdle vegan milks to get, because there's like cultured butter, and it's like all these different things that you can, like the best that you can do is you get like organic, raw, like unpasteurized,
Wait. I have a quick
which
question.
I would never get. Like start with that kind of milk if you're